Welcome back. If you are here and you have not seen the first video associated with this video segment, please go back and just watch 0E for Teachers video 1, and this will all make more sense. Okay, so we talked about the little kids who don't speak. We talked about a little kids class where they are able to do everything except writing. Let's get into some of the really fun stuff. The 5 and 6-year-olds, that is where things really start to move. For this group, what I would consider is go with the ABCs. Do the entire sequence, 1A, 1B, and 1C, and by all means, get the kids to write the letters. It is important that they write their akkars, and don't worry about it. You will see that their handwriting skills will improve over time, so don't worry too much. The other thing is that since the videos are less than 5 minutes each, if they watch the video before they come to class, then you can really check how they're doing. Feel free to watch the material and teach it yourself, i.e. they don't see the videos at all, or you can do a mix. You can assign it before, you can do assignments in class, you can show the video and add to it, whatever. Okay. The other thing is for this group, I would probably go across, so do lesson 1, lesson 2, but by all means, I would consider lagamatras if you think the kids are ready, because if they are, then that really helps them to get their akkar moving and getting the vowels down as well. Now, don't worry if you went down the path going across, right, originally. In other words, if you went and taught the entire A series and went all the way across, you can always go down. You can always add B at another time. You don't have to be worried about the fact that, I'm off sequence or something. Feel free to add your lagamatras at a subsequent time if the class looks like they're pretty advanced and quite capable of learning. All right, next. 7 to 12-year-olds or any mixed classes, I would just go straight down the sequence. You do your ABCs and your basics, then do the D, E, and Fs, do the words, go to the next akkar. And again, you can always do mix and match. For this type of an age group, since they're older, you can literally do a letter a week, pick any pace you want, do the assignment before, do the assignment in the class, whatever works for you. Keep in mind, when you actually see these lessons, it'll become more obvious, but the lessons are designed so that you learn quickly how to write words. And because you do that, it actually builds confidence because you see rapid progress occurring, i.e. you started and all of a sudden you're actually doing words. You're like, hey, wow, this is pretty cool. So that positive feedback works in your favor. So do use the lessons to build confidence wherever appropriate. Okay, tough ones. I'm going to describe a 12-year-old or an older kid who is probably going through some preteen type of stuff. And you know what? They may or may not have been in Punjabi classes before, and they may have dropped them, whatever. But your bottom line is this group, you'll find that there are often kids who feel a little bit bummed out because of what I call their lack of knowledge or their knowledge base because they gave up. Well, the key thing you can do with this crowd is to use the lessons to help build their confidence, especially if they've never had Punjabi before, or they took it, they dropped it, and now they've got younger siblings who are actually doing better than themselves. This is a great way to help build their confidence. So what you do with this group is assess how much they know, and then work down to the videos themselves. Watch them yourself, and then assign the video either in advance of the class to help them come up to speed or to build their confidence. Okay, and then use the class to review and to add more materials to help these folks to go further faster. Okay, all right. I covered this for the kids, and since you're a teacher, you already know this, so I'm going to do it a whole lot quicker. Fact is that if I give you a whole bunch of facts, Ebbinghaus said that you're going to forget half of them or more in the first hour, and then lo and behold, in about 30 days, you're going to forget the majority of them, and you can well imagine in 2 years, you're going to forget pretty much everything you learned at that time. And the way to stop that from being a problem is to follow through repetition, and by doing repetition, you forget less you remember more, and lo and behold, if you actually repeat it enough times, which is what you really do when you're a child, you can remember pretty much 100% of everything. Okay? So, with that, I'm going to do a quick synopsis. So how can you, as a teacher, use this material? Number one, learn how by watching the videos so you can go teach, especially if you are a volunteer teacher and you are a new teacher. The other thing you can do is use these videos as your main curriculum, because that's a great way of using the vids. You can use them to support a lesson, either to help you supplement material or help you to get the kids to review material and learn new things. Okay. Oh, and of course, as I mentioned, as a catch-up for kids who might be starting a little bit late in your program or have fallen behind for any number of reasons, or are older kids who've done classes before and now have joined again, use them as catch-up. All right, next. If you are a parent group or an administrator, feel free to use these lessons for your school. You can, again, use the videos as your main curriculum. And here's something else I want you to think about. Sometimes we don't have enough teachers to be able to add a new class. Use the videos as the main component and then have the kids come in. And what you're now able to do is reduce the class time because the teacher is now checking homework and reviewing things. And as a result, you can actually add classes by supplementing or by using this as your main curriculum, and then having teachers doing other things with the kids so that they aren't there for a full hour. You can actually have 2 half-hour classes and a teacher can do multiple things, or you can use these videos to generate a mixed class so that the teacher can have various age groups in the same classroom. Feel free to use these as training videos for volunteer teachers. That's another thing you can do. You can use these to support lessons and lesson plans, and of course, as a review. Okay? Here's a final thought. One of the things you're going to notice is that these videos are not organized in a traditional manner. In other words, I do not start with Uda, Ada, Idi, and there's a simple reason for that. You know what? You learned as a child a whole bunch of words. You started with simple words and simple letters, and then you built on more complex letters and sounds. And the other way I like to put it is you can't teach little kids by the letters. You got to teach them in terms of the whole picture. And so we actually start these lessons with haha, which is a much easier sound to say than ura. Okay? Try it out, see how this works for you. Because everything is in a matrix form, you can actually turn around and pick the matrix and items the way you want and present it to the kids. So try it out, see how it works. If it doesn't work, well, go do something else. Okay. Thank you for your time. Have fun. Have fun serving and teaching. It's a great way to be a student yourself and to learn, because it is often, I find, by teaching that we learn a whole lot more. That's the end of this video segment. I'd like to thank you for your time and have a great day.